Hey guys, so the reason I think it is true that the United States is in bankruptcy and the United States is obligated to, take care of everyone's debt. Obligated, right? And that is in Public Law 73, 10, the HJR Housing Joint Resolution 192. It's in 12 United States Code 411, 18 United States Code 8, all of this stuff. And the reason I think it makes sense is because the way I see people operate around having money, because I just don't believe people are actually making money. And the reason I know is because if most people, because you can see this, most people in the US are making less than $30,000 a year. These people do not have money to be spending on no fucking shoes. They do not have money to be spending on no fucking dinners. They're not going out to Uber Eats. They sure aren't going out. If they are going out on Uber Eats, they're the fucking driver trying to make money. Like, people are not able to pay their rent. People are sitting, living with their moms, their dads, their cousins, their brothers. Like, they do not have money to even get their own place. They live shared with roommates. Either they know them or they don't. And they don't have their own bathroom anyway. People literally are living next to each other like a fucking box. Really. Like these fucking towers, right? You call them apartments. And it's pretty sad because I lived like that before. And I still know how I live. I'm not out here getting a fucking apartment. And none of my friends are out here trying to pay for fucking apartments either. And if they are, they're going to talk about how they're struggling to do it. And how, oh, well, I just work and then I sleep and then I wake up and I do it all again. I never have time off. I never have time for myself. Like, we live in a world where it's hard to make connections with people. You can have a group event, but again, who's gonna show up to the event if they can't pay the fucking money? Because one, you have to take off from work. Who wants to take off from work because you're missing out on money? Like, a lot of people, they're trying to get as many hours as possible. They're trying to work 70 hours a week. They don't care if they're exhausted or tired. They want to pay off their bills and have no debt. And I just find it to be very crazy how then you have people who work so hard just to be told, well, if you want a better job, you need to make more friends and network. And it's like, why is money dependent on how much friends I have, how many good friends I have? That is some bullshit. Like, why? That's so disgusting. Like, people out here struggling to make food, rent, car, gas, clothes. Like, people can't even go on a vacation, can't even look nice, can't even put on makeup and feel pretty. Like, nobody can have fun and enjoy anything. They have to sit down and watch TV and just sit and hopefully feel better. But I'ma just sit here. And something that's very passive, that's very much like, okay, this is just something, you don't gotta do nothing, you ain't gotta think anymore, you just sit. And you're telling them that they have to make better friends in order to make more money. That sounds so stupid. Like, really, if you have to make money to live, why not just give people good jobs where they can live? But the government don't want to do that. And that's because they have to be operating on some different rules. Because this is something that is a problem all across the board. And I know it's a problem because if you work in a store, you're going to hear somebody say, this is expensive, this is too much money, I ain't got the money. Like, if something happens, like if somebody, let's say, passes out in the street, somebody gonna be like, I'd help you, but I gotta get to work. So, hopefully somebody else walking around here ain't got a job and can help you. Like, people can't even help other people because they have to go to work. Someone could be hurting and in pain, and it's like, well, I have a job, and in the job policy, I can't help you. So, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can't lose my job. I have bills to pay. And it's just like a very much craziness that It's like we keep making money and making more money, and we still never pay off our bills, and it's just never ending, to the point that you gotta be wondering why. And people will say, oh, well, my business is successful. But I don't really think so. Because again, if the income is going down, like if you're a fucking landlord, if you are even the electric company, if you are whoever, if people can't make money to pay the bill's not getting paid. Some people are like, no matter what, you always pay off the da-da-da bill. Nope. If you ain't got money, if the job don't work out, if something actually comes up that ends up taking $1,000 from you, emergencies happen, bitch, the shit is not getting paid. It is not. And so it don't matter if you're a landlord. It don't matter if you are necessity like groceries. People ain't gonna buy your fucking groceries. People are not gonna go into Walmart. If they do, they're only gonna buy like 2 things: milk and cereal, styrofoam fucking bowls, trash bags. Like, people are not eating like that. Their grocery list ain't no fucking steak, ham, potato, corn, I don't know. People are getting something simple and quick, and even then, they can't even prepare it because it takes an extra 2 minutes and they gotta get to work. Like, I don't understand how people think the world is working, and if you think it's working, then how are you helping the people who it's not working for? Because those people are hurting and need help, like AKA me. But point is, I don't think that it's working. I don't. And that's why I do think that it makes sense when people say the government is in bankruptcy. We shouldn't be making more money. We should be letting the government pay our damn bills. And we should be dissolving our debts, discharging our debts, and taking away debt through the United States Treasury, through the United Federal Banks, because we are not making money. Like, we keep on signing up to more debt, and we keep paying debt with debt, and it does make sense because of the way that, like, shit ain't working out. Like, people are still poor and shit and working and still ain't getting nowhere for over 20 years, over 50 years, kids in generational poverty. And it's like, you think if the system was working, it'd be working. And I do think that a big thing is because, hey, maybe you should send your bills back to the fucking treasury. Maybe you should start saying, hey, get some money out of my trust to pay this bill, because there's not a way people are going to pay bills anymore. If rent's gonna be $2,000 a month, and then you gotta pay electric, and then you gotta pay for the animal tax. What if you want 3 cats? Now you gotta pay $100 extra for each cat. Okay, and then what else? Yeah, apartments be like that, and electricity. And then what if you want to go out on vacation? What if you just want to buy a candle? You know, what if I want a nice candle, a luxury candle, just an extra 100 for some candles? Can't even do that. What if you want to support small businesses? Can't do that because you're paying this much, and the car insurance, then the health insurance, then the da-da-da insurance, then the You don't even need kids. You still got bills, and you still can't pay for nothing. And we know this is a problem. We know people have been bonding because they're talking about, oh yeah, this government thing is horrible, I ain't got money. Like, it's so easy to find somebody who don't have money. At any level of job, work, whatever. There is nobody who you gonna call up in my life and I'm gonna be like, hey, can I have an extra 500? Can I have an extra 10? Nobody. Dead silence. Nothing. And this is the same if you go to a grocery store. Nobody's gonna pay for your fucking groceries in the back of the line. Like, you better have your money. Maybe if it's $1, yeah, I'll cover you $1. But people aren't paying for other people's groceries because nobody has money. And what am I saying? Yeah. So with that, I wanted to tie it back to the United States being in debt. And so yeah, I think it's in debt. And I think that it should be a solution to make the US pay your fucking bills. Yeah, that makes perfectly logical sense considering you can't work enough to pay your bills. Y'all been working, y'all still can't pay shit. Y'all still can't help your friends out. Y'all still can't go on vacation. You still, if one of your friends was homeless right now, what the fuck you gonna do? Nothing. So, yeah, it makes sense that the government should be paying people's bills and paying their rent and paying their house and paying for everything. And especially when we have generational wealth, like some kids, are they really generationally wealthy, or do they just know the laws and they getting over on people in another way? Right? Like a lot of this whole I deserve it, I earned it, y'all don't earn shit. No. Especially what, compared to who? Did you even build a house? Did you? Do you still build houses? Because I know the construction workers, I could look up how much they make. They are one of the poorest people in this economy. So you can't be building a house. You must sit in an office for like an hour watching Netflix. That's all y'all fucking do. Anyway, yeah, people, they don't understand what the fuck it means to have a job that you have to clock into and that actually watches you and makes you do work. Some people, it's like, oh, well, I make money, but I'm my own boss. And it's like, okay, good for you. I just feel like they're getting over somehow. And again, in our world, we can't make money. We can't make enough money to cover these bills. And it makes so much sense to say, okay, I'm gonna write it off. I'm gonna give it to the government. I'm gonna write it off. I'm gonna give it and let my Social Security trust handle it. Okay, I have a grocery thing. I shouldn't have to pay for groceries. Oh, I want to travel. I shouldn't have to pay for the plane ticket. The government should do it. All of these are debts, and the government is obligated to pay them. There is no money. You want me to pay you in money? What the fuck? There is no money. It makes so much more sense because everybody's in poverty, struggling for something, and it's like nobody has it. Like, literally, do you know how often somebody would tell me, I ain't got money, I ain't got money. Oh, nobody has money? Well, obviously, that's because our government has went into bankruptcy. Our Federal Reserve notes are just debt money. Money don't exist because everybody I talk to ain't even got money. Y'all ain't even got money anyway. Y'all don't have Federal Reserve notes. Y'all don't have gold and silver. Y'all ain't got shit. But anyway, yeah, that's how I feel. And yeah, we should start returning our monies that we already spent. All of our receipts, bills, whatever. I don't care if it's $2. I want my $2 back. I want a refund. And send it to the U.S. Treasury, Federal Reserve, IRS, the banks, all of it. And that's all I gotta say. And it makes a lot of sense. Especially when you hear that taxes, like people aren't even supposed to pay taxes because we make pecuniary wages and we don't make income. That makes more sense because we can't even pay our fucking taxes because it's too high and it gets taken out and we don't like it. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Band together,